Singapore currently uses 2 billion litres of water a day. The most efficient source of fresh water is rain. And to capitalise on this resource, the nation is crisscrossed with an extensive network of rivers and canals that channel every last precious drop of rain into 17 storage reservoirs.
About 2/3 of Singapore is a water catchment area. That's about 400 plus square kilometers. So water that falls on a catchment area, it will find its way into our drains and canals, which are linked to one of our reservoirs.
Singapore's catchment system is extensive and efficient. But to collect rainwater, you need land, and lots of it.
Singapore is a small island, so we are limited in terms of the catchment area that we have. And also now with the changing weather patterns, the water coming from rain, it's a bit unpredictable. So we've moved on to more weather resilient water sources like desalination.
As the world warms, every city will need to find fresh solutions to provide their citizens with clean water. In Singapore, the Public Utilities Board is already looking to the future, experimenting with new techniques to push the water potential of the little red dot. Looking ahead, our cities need to overcome a variety of challenges. Rapid urbanization will present problems of growth, housing, and food sustainability. But none may be more crucial than the access to fresh water. Singapore currently imports about half of its daily water requirement. In the next 3 decades, though, the aim is to ensure water sustainability. To do so, planners are looking to a resource the island nation has in abundance: seawater.
I always call this a new toy. Really, it's kind of a toy for us, but seriously, it's a plant that's designed with robustness, reliability. It's fully automated.
Hugh Kit-san oversaw the construction of a brand new state-of-the-art water facility, the Tuas Desalination Plant.
We've been working on this project for the last just over 2 years to get it from a green field and up to the state that you see right behind me, a functional 30 million gallons per day desalination plant.
The Tuas Desalination Plant is a modern marvel of precision engineering. In land-scarce Singapore, its footprint is a mere 100 meters by 300 meters. That's roughly the size of 3 football fields. This may seem large, but it is a relatively small footprint compared to plants of its kind around the world.
When we did the design and the construction, it was quite a challenge that you got to make sure that they are all stacked and arranged in like a Lego manner, that it all fits nicely into a puzzle and it forms the plant what you see today.
Despite its small footprint, the Tuas Desalination Plant houses one of the world's most powerful technologies for producing fresh water from the sea: reverse osmosis filters.
That's actually the heart of the plant, where the salt in the seawater gets separated or removed from the water. The white tubes in there is the reverse osmosis membrane, where filtered water will be pushed through the membrane.
This high-tech process is a key part of preparing Singapore for the future. But conventional water desalination is energy intensive. The electricity you would need to desalinate enough water for just 1 day of Singapore's needs could power a Singaporean household for 1,000 years. To save energy and reduce the cost of water desalination, the PUB is now investing in new research. Evoqua is a company working on the desalination process of tomorrow.
We are demonstrating our next ED technology for seawater desalination.
Electrodialysis uses electricity to remove salt from seawater. Pairs of electrodes are placed in a stream of salt water, with one positive electrode and one negative. The positively charged sodium ions are attracted to the negative electrode, and the negatively charged chlorine ions are attracted to the positive electrode. This concentrates the salt around the electrodes. The process is repeated until the water is salt-free.
Right now we are building a demonstration plant with a capacity of 3,800 meter cube per day. We have plans to further scale up this technology with a capacity of 100,000 meter cube per day.
Singapore's innovations in housing, food and water are giving us a glimpse of how a forward-thinking city might solve some of the challenges it faces. But these solutions will come at a price. Fast, secure and thriving economies will be essential for facing an uncertain future. And perhaps no nation understands this better than Singapore.
The financial sector is a very, very critical sector for Singapore. Almost 12% of our GDP comes from this sector. So you understand how critical for us to ensure that this sector is a vibrant sector, it is competitive, it attracts the best possible ideas.
As the Chief FinTech Officer of the Monetary Authority of Singapore, Sopnandu Mahanti needs to ensure that the nation sets a world standard for the financial sector. This boils down to one thing: technology innovation.
Most of the services in financial sector are going to be powered by technology.
In 2016, Singapore announced Project Ubin, a new fintech experiment using blockchain technology. Traditionally, banks keep a record of all transactions on their own centralized ledger, which is susceptible to manipulation by hackers. But Project Ubin keeps all records on a blockchain. This means that identical copies of the ledger are kept on a distributed network of computers around the world. These computers check in with each other to ensure that their copy of the ledger is correct. If one of the copies does not match the others, it is rejected and replaced with a copy that the majority of ledgers agree is correct. To tamper with the blockchain to steal money, a hacker would need to hack a majority of the computers on the network simultaneously, a virtual impossibility.
The real killer use case is cross-border transfer. Today it takes 2 to 3 days to move money between two countries, the whole overseas transfer. So if we can apply a technology like blockchain, it may give us that opportunity to reduce the time to do cross-border transfer and may also reduce the expensive way we move money from a country to B country.
Singapore has long been known as a financial hub, home to major banks from around the world. With Project Ubin, Singapore has ensured that it will stay ahead of the pack when it comes to fintech.